Right now, sitting quietly behind your right rib cage, your liver is performing more than 500 separate functions to keep your entire body running properly every single day. And after 60, that liver becomes increasingly vulnerable to something most people never expect. Not alcohol, not a virus, but simply the accumulation of fat from years of metabolic stress. This condition is now called metabolic dysfunction-associated steatotic liver disease, recently renamed from its older term, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and research confirms it predominantly affects middle-aged and elderly adults. A 2025 study published in PLOS ONE with doi 10, 1371 journal, PONE 0325961, specifically examined this condition in adults over 60 using global burden of disease data spanning more than 2 decades across 24 countries. The frightening part is this. In advanced stages, this fatty liver condition may progress to fibrosis, then cirrhosis, then liver failure. And most people experience no clear symptoms until significant damage has already occurred. But here's what genuinely matters for today's video. Unlike many organs, the liver has a remarkable capacity for regeneration and repair when given the right nutritional support and consistent lifestyle changes. Today on Senior Health Plate, we are bringing you 5 foods that peer-reviewed research from 2025 has connected to measurable improvements in liver health markers, specifically for adults navigating life after 60. Every claim in this video is sourced from legitimate scientific journals, systematic reviews, and randomized controlled trials. No marketing claims, no exaggeration, just what the verified research actually shows. Before we begin, let us be completely clear and honest. No food reverses cirrhosis. No food cures viral hepatitis. This video is about supporting liver health and metabolic fatty liver conditions, the most common liver concern in seniors today. If you have diagnosed liver disease of any kind, please consult your hepatologist or gastroenterologist before making significant dietary changes. This video is educational and does not replace personalized medical care. Let us start with the Research Foundation, a March 2025 systematic review and meta-analysis published in BMC Medicine with doi 10, 1186, 291, 16, 025, 04320, 7 examined 37 randomized controlled trials on lifestyle interventions for fatty liver disease. The researchers found that the Mediterranean diet significantly reduced body weight by an average of 2.38 kilograms. Reduced body mass index, reduced waist circumference, and most importantly reduced ALT, a key liver enzyme marker of liver inflammation. This is the research foundation for everything we discussed today. The 5 foods in this video are all core components of the Mediterranean dietary pattern that this 2025 meta-analysis confirmed improves liver health outcomes in real patients. Now, let us begin with food number 5. And this one will surprise many viewers because it has long been unfairly blamed for liver problems when research actually shows the opposite for most older adults. Food number 5. Coffee. Yes, your morning cup of coffee is genuinely one of the most well-researched liver-protective beverages available, and the 2025 evidence on this continues to grow stronger and more specific. A 2025 study published in Molecular Nutrition and Food Research examined coffee and tea intake in relation to hepatic fat deposition, iron deposition, and fibroinflammation in a large general population sample. The researchers found that individuals consuming higher amounts of coffee showed significantly lower odds of elevated liver fibroinflammation compared to those who did not drink coffee regularly in their daily routine. Another 2025 study reported by the Institute for Scientific Information on Coffee examined coffee intake specifically in overweight, borderline obese adults with type 2 diabetes, a population very similar to many seniors managing metabolic conditions. That research found that subjects with higher caffeine levels were significantly less likely to have liver fibrosis, and higher levels of non-caffeine coffee compounds were associated with reduced fatty liver index scores in these participants. A separate meta-analysis of 11 epidemiological studies found a pooled risk ratio of 0.68 for liver fibrosis in patients with already diagnosed fatty liver disease who consumed coffee regularly compared to those who avoided it. That means regular coffee drinkers with existing fatty liver disease showed approximately 32% lower risk of fibrosis progression compared to non-coffee drinkers in this pooled analysis of multiple studies combined together. The mechanism researchers have identified involves chlorogenic acid, a powerful antioxidant compound concentrated in coffee that may help modulate glucose intolerance, reduce lipid accumulation in liver cells, and improve fatty liver markers. Caffeine itself also functions as a potent antioxidant that may help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation specifically within liver tissue, according to multiple studies cited in this growing body of coffee and liver health research. For seniors specifically, this matters because chronic low-grade inflammation and oxidative stress are key drivers of fatty liver progression, and coffee appears to interrupt both of these processes through its concentrated antioxidant compounds. How to incorporate this? 2 to 3 cups of black coffee daily, without excessive cream or sugar, aligns with the research showing liver benefit. Added sugar and heavy cream may offset some of coffee's metabolic benefits. Important caution: if you have heart arrhythmia, severe anxiety, or have been told by your doctor to limit caffeine, speak with your physician about appropriate coffee intake before increasing consumption based on this research. And if coffee surprised you as food number 5, food number 4 will challenge something you have heard repeated for decades about a humble kitchen ingredient most seniors already use almost every day. Food number 4, garlic. We have discussed garlic's blood pressure and kidney benefits in previous senior health plate videos, and the liver research adds another important dimension to why this simple ingredient deserves daily use. A systematic review and meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials examining garlic supplementation and liver enzymes analyzed 6 qualifying studies involving 301 total participants from the available scientific literature. The meta-analysis found that garlic supplementation significantly decreased AST, aspartate aminotransferase, one of the 2 primary liver enzymes doctors measure to assess liver inflammation and cellular damage. A more recent and broader 2025 systematic review examining plant-based foods in the Mediterranean and dietary patterns for metabolic fatty liver disease confirmed that garlic improved liver enzymes and reduced hepatic steatosis when consumed consistently. That same comprehensive 2025 review found garlic powder specifically reduced hepatic steatosis, meaning measurably reduced fat accumulation within liver tissue, alongside benefits for glycemic regulation and lipid profile improvement. The mechanism behind garlic's liver benefit involves allicin and related sulfur compounds that may help reduce oxidative stress in liver cells, support healthy lipid metabolism, and reduce the inflammatory burden on liver tissue over time. This aligns with what we have discussed in previous videos about garlic's blood vessel benefits. The same anti-inflammatory and antioxidant mechanisms that support healthy arteries also appear to support healthy liver tissue function. For maximum benefit, remember the preparation principle from our cooking oils video. Crush or chop fresh garlic and let it rest for 10 minutes before cooking to allow allicin to fully form before any heat is applied. How to incorporate this? 1 to 2 fresh garlic cloves daily in cooking, soups, stir-fries, roasted vegetables, sauces. The research used garlic supplementation, but consistent culinary use over time may provide meaningful liver support as well. Now let us move to food number 3, and this one combines findings from multiple 2025 research papers examining one of nature's most antioxidant-dense food categories for its specific effects on liver fat reduction. Food number 3, berries, especially blueberries. A 2024 comprehensive review published examining Vaccinium species berries, blueberries, bilberries, and cranberries, specifically for their role in fatty liver disease prevention and treatment. The review included 20 total studies examining berries and fatty liver disease, finding that berry juices and extracts demonstrated significant potential for improving lipid and glucose metabolism while boosting antioxidant and anti-inflammatory responses. A separate 2025 study published examining blueberry leaf polyphenols specifically identified an anti-apoptosis mechanism, meaning these compounds may help prevent harmful liver cell death associated with fatty liver disease progression. That research used network pharmacology analysis identifying multiple specific drug targets and pathways through which blueberry compounds interact with the biological processes underlying fatty liver disease development and progression. Healthline's medically reviewed nutrition resource, updated in April 2026, confirmed that a 2021 study found cranberry supplementation for 6 months improved hepatic steatosis in people with diagnosed non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. A separate review cited in that same resource found that anthocyanin supplementation, the specific compound class that gives blueberries and similar berries their deep blue and purple color, had a beneficial effect on liver enzymes. Interestingly, that same review noted that blueberry extract appeared to inhibit the growth of liver cancer cells in laboratory test tube studies, though researchers emphasize more research is needed before this can be confirmed in humans. For seniors specifically, berries offer a unique combination of benefits: low sugar content compared to many fruits, high fiber, and concentrated anthocyanins that research consistently links to reduced liver inflammation and improved fat metabolism. A related and directly relevant 2020 randomized clinical trial examined bergamot citrus and wild cardoon extract, specifically in non-diabetic individuals aged over 50 years, and found significant reductions in liver steatosis and body weight. That trial is particularly meaningful for today's video because it specifically targeted the over 50 population, demonstrating that antioxidant-rich plant compounds can produce measurable liver fat reduction in an aging adult population. How to incorporate this? 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries daily, added to plain oatmeal, plain yogurt, or eaten as a simple snack. Choose whole berries over juice to preserve fiber and avoid concentrated sugar content. Now let us move to food number 2, which brings together 2 pieces of research. One showing significant liver enzyme benefit, and one important honest caution that every senior needs to hear before trying this option. Food number 2. Green tea consumed as whole leaf tea rather than concentrated extract supplements. This distinction matters enormously, and the research explains exactly why this specific form matters for safety. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trial examined green tea extract supplementation in 80 participants with diagnosed non-alcoholic fatty liver disease over a 90-day intervention period. The results showed the green tea extract group experienced statistically significant reductions in both ALT and AST liver enzymes after the 12-week period, while the placebo group showed no significant change in these same markers. This is meaningful clinical evidence, specifically in NAFLD patients, showing improved liver enzyme markers, exactly the kind of outcome that matters for adults managing metabolic fatty liver concerns after 60. However, here is the critical honest caution that responsible reporting requires. A separate large randomized intervention study published in Cancer Prevention Research examined high-dose green tea extract supplements in over 1,000 participants. That study found that participants taking concentrated green tea extract supplements showed significantly elevated ALT and AST levels compared to placebo, meaning the concentrated supplement form actually appeared to stress liver function in some participants. This apparent contradiction is explained by dose and form. The research consistently shows that whole leaf green tea consumed as a beverage provides antioxidant benefit without the liver stress risk associated with concentrated extract capsules or tablets. This distinction is precisely why Senior Health Plate emphasizes whole foods over concentrated supplements throughout all of our content. The dose and delivery form genuinely matters for both safety and effectiveness in real human bodies. How to incorporate this? 2 to 3 cups of brewed whole leaf green tea daily, prepared from tea leaves or tea bags steeped in hot water. Avoid concentrated green tea extract supplements or pills unless specifically directed by your doctor. The catechins and polyphenols in brewed green tea provide antioxidant support to liver tissue at a gentle, food-based concentration that the research shows is associated with benefit rather than the liver stress seen with concentrated extracts. And now we arrive at food number 1. The foundation that ties together everything we have discussed today and represents the strongest and most consistent research finding for liver health in adults over 60. Food number 1. Extra virgin olive oil as the centerpiece of overall Mediterranean dietary pattern eating. This is not just one ingredient. It represents the single most validated dietary approach for liver health currently available in the research. The March 2025 BMC Medicine meta-analysis we referenced earlier, examining 37 randomized controlled trials, found that the Mediterranean diet, with olive oil as its signature fat source, produced the most consistent liver health improvements across all studies analyzed. The Mayo Clinic, updated in December 2025, explicitly states that the Mediterranean diet is the recommended dietary pattern for adults with fatty liver disease, specifically noting that this diet can help reduce fat and inflammation in liver tissue. The mechanism behind olive oil's liver benefit centers on its high content of monounsaturated fatty acids and polyphenol antioxidants, particularly oleocanthal, which we discussed extensively in our cooking oils and kidney health video. These same polyphenol compounds that protect kidney tissue from oxidative stress and inflammation appear to provide parallel protection for liver tissue through reducing the chronic low-grade inflammation that drives fatty liver progression. The 2025 systematic review examining plant-based foods in Mediterranean and DASH dietary patterns specifically identified rapeseed oil and olive oil among the ingredients providing measurable liver enzyme and steatosis improvements in NAFLD patients. For seniors specifically, replacing saturated fats and processed vegetable oils with extra virgin olive oil represents one of the most evidence-supported single dietary changes available for supporting liver health as part of an overall healthier eating pattern. The Mediterranean diet meta-analysis found that combining the dietary pattern with aerobic exercise produced even greater benefits than diet alone, confirming that olive oil works best as part of a complete lifestyle approach rather than in isolation. How to incorporate this? Use 2 to 3 tablespoons of high-quality extra virgin olive oil daily as your primary cooking and dressing fat, exactly as detailed in our previous cooking oils video. Dark glass bottle, recent harvest date, peppery taste. Now let us bring all 5 foods together and discuss how they work synergistically as part of a complete liver-supportive eating pattern rather than as 5 isolated interventions used separately throughout your week. Coffee provides chlorogenic acid and caffeine antioxidants that reduce liver fibrosis risk. Garlic provides allicin compounds that reduce liver enzyme elevation. Berries provide anthocyanins that reduce liver fat and protect against cell damage. Green tea, consumed as whole leaf, provides catechins that improve liver enzyme markers safely. And extra virgin olive oil provides the foundational monounsaturated fat and polyphenol structure that the strongest research consistently validates. Together, these 5 foods represent core components of the Mediterranean dietary pattern that the March 2025 BMC Medicine meta-analysis confirmed produces measurable improvements in body weight, waist circumference, and liver enzyme markers. This is not 5 random superfoods assembled for a video title. This is a coherent, research-validated dietary pattern where each food contributes a specific, documented mechanism toward the shared goal of supporting liver health after 60. Now, let us talk about what actively works against everything these 5 foods are trying to accomplish, because the research on this side is equally important and equally well documented in 2025 publications. A 2025 systematic review and meta-analysis published in Frontiers in Nutrition with Doi 10. 3389, FENT 2025, 1631-975, examined ultra-processed food consumption and fatty liver disease risk across more than 513,000 participants in 10 combined studies. The researchers found that the highest ultra-processed food consumption was associated with a 22% increased risk of fatty liver disease compared to the lowest consumption levels among the 500,000 participants studied. A separate 2025 meta-analysis published in Frontiers in Public Health with Doi 10, 3389, FPOV 1608-6, specifically examined fast food consumption and found a 55% increased risk of fatty liver disease in high fast food consumers. That same fast food research found a 37% higher risk of obesity associated with high fast food intake, and obesity is one of the primary drivers of the metabolic dysfunction that leads to fatty liver disease in the first place. This means the 5 foods we covered today work most powerfully when they replace ultra-processed foods and fast food in your regular eating pattern, not when they are simply added on top of an otherwise unchanged, unhealthy diet. Your 30-day approach should include both addition and subtraction. Add coffee, garlic, berries, green tea, and olive oil consistently. Simultaneously reduce ultra-processed packaged foods and fast food as much as realistically possible. Now let us talk about exercise, because the same March 2025 BMC Medicine meta-analysis that validated the Mediterranean diet also found that exercise alone, and especially exercise combined with diet, produce meaningful liver health benefits. The meta-analysis found that aerobic exercise intervention showed significant reduction in body weight and waist circumference, and aerobic exercise combined with resistance training showed even more substantial liver-related improvements. For seniors specifically, this does not require intense exercise. Even gentle, consistent movement, a daily walk, light resistance exercises, gardening, swimming, appears to meaningfully amplify the liver benefits of the dietary changes discussed today. This is important honest context. Food alone, without any movement, will likely produce smaller benefits than food combined with even modest consistent physical activity, according to the research comparing diet only versus diet plus exercise interventions. Now let us return to a realistic 30-day plan based entirely on the research we have reviewed today, recognizing that 30 days is a meaningful starting point, but liver healing through diet is genuinely a longer-term, ongoing process. Week 1. Add 2 to 3 cups of black coffee daily, if appropriate for your health situation. Begin using 1 to 2 fresh garlic cloves in your daily cooking with the 10-minute rest preparation method. Week 2. Add 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries daily to your breakfast or as a snack. Replace your primary cooking oil with high-quality extra virgin olive oil for all low and medium heat applications. Week 3. Add 2 to 3 cups of brewed whole leaf green tea daily, avoiding concentrated extract supplements. Begin actively reducing ultra-processed and fast food consumption by identifying and replacing your most frequent processed food choices. Week 4. Add gentle daily movement. Even a 15 to 20-minute walk to amplify the dietary changes you have built over the previous 3 weeks. By now, these 5 foods should feel like a natural part of your daily routine. Throughout all 30 days and beyond, maintain consistency rather than perfection. The research we reviewed today examined consistent intervention periods of 12 weeks or longer to detect meaningful liver enzyme and steatosis improvements. This means 30 days is a strong foundation building period, but the research suggests continuing this pattern for at least 12 weeks, and ideally as a permanent lifestyle change, produces the most meaningful and lasting liver health benefits. If you have diagnosed fatty liver disease, elevated liver enzymes on recent blood work, or any form of liver disease, please discuss this 5-food approach with your doctor, hepatologist, or gastroenterologist before implementing these changes. Your doctor can order appropriate liver enzyme testing, ALT, AST, and other relevant markers before and after this 30-day period to objectively track whether these dietary changes are producing measurable improvement in your specific case. Let us now summarize the complete research foundation behind today's video so you have a clear record of every source and can verify this information independently through your own research if you choose to do so. PLOS ONE, June 2025, doi 10, 1371 Journal, PON. 0325961. Fatty liver disease predominantly affects adults over 60, with global burden data confirming this as a significant aging population health concern requiring dietary attention. BMC Medicine, March 2025, doi 10, 1186, 12916 025 04327. Meta-analysis of 37 randomized controlled trials confirming Mediterranean diet and exercise significantly improve liver enzymes, body weight, and waist circumference in fatty liver patients. Molecular Nutrition and Food Research 2025. Coffee and tea intake inversely associated with hepatic fat deposition and fibroinflammation in general population studies examining liver health markers. Annals of Hepatology Meta-analysis. 11 epidemiological studies showing pooled risk ratio of 0.68 for liver fibrosis in coffee-drinking NAFLD patients compared to non-coffee drinkers in the same diagnostic category. Systematic review and meta-analysis on garlic supplementation. 6 randomized controlled trials, 301 participants, confirming significant AST reduction with garlic supplementation in liver enzyme testing. 2025 systematic review of plant-based foods in Mediterranean and DASH diets for MASLD. Confirming garlic, berries, and olive oil among ingredients providing documented liver enzyme and steatosis improvements. 2024 comprehensive review of vaccinium berries and NAFLD. 20 studies confirming blueberry and related berry compounds improve lipid and glucose metabolism while reducing liver inflammation markers. Randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial on green tea extract. 80 NAFLD patients, 12 weeks, confirming significant ALT and AST reduction with appropriate whole tea equivalent dosing. Cancer Prevention Research randomized trial. Important caution showing concentrated green tea extract supplements may elevate liver enzymes, supporting whole leaf tea over concentrated extracts for safety. Frontiers in Nutrition 2025, doi 10, 3389 FNet. 2025, 639075. 5513 0000, confirming ultra-processed food consumption increases fatty liver disease risk by 22%. Context for what to avoid alongside these 5 foods. Frontiers in Public Health 2025, doi 10, 3389 HFPUV. 2025, 1608-26. Fast food consumption associated with 55% increased fatty liver disease risk and 37% increased obesity risk in nearly 170 EU000 participants studied. That is 11 verified research sources spanning 2024 and 2025, published in legitimate peer-reviewed journals, supporting every claim made in today's video about these 5 liver-supportive foods for adults over 60. This is the standard senior health plate holds itself to in every single video. Real research, real sources, real honest context about both the strengths and the limitations of what current science actually shows. If today's video gave you genuinely useful, research-verified information about supporting your liver health after 60, please give it a like so more seniors can discover this honest, evidence-based content. Share this video with someone managing fatty liver disease, elevated liver enzymes, or anyone over 60 who wants to take a research-informed approach to supporting their liver health through realistic dietary changes. Leave a comment below and tell me which of these 5 foods you already include in your diet and which one you will add first as you build your own 30-day liver supportive eating pattern. Subscribe to Senior Health Plate for more research-backed, source-verified nutrition guidance made specifically for adults who want to age with knowledge, intention, and genuine peer-reviewed evidence behind every food choice. Your liver performs over 500 functions for your body every single day without ever asking for recognition. Give it coffee, garlic, berries, green tea, and good olive oil, and give it 30 consistent days to begin responding. Thank you for spending your time here at Senior Health Plate today. I hope you leave informed, empowered, and genuinely ready to support the remarkable organ that has been working tirelessly for you your entire life. And as always, take a deep breath, my friend. Relax your shoulders. Feel your feet on the ground. Your liver is working for you right now. Choose foods today that work just as hard for it in return. Let us go deeper into why the liver specifically becomes more vulnerable after 60, because understanding this biological reality helps explain why these 5 foods matter more now than they may have at 40 or 50. As we age, liver blood flow naturally decreases, liver size gradually reduces, and the liver's metabolic capacity for processing fats, medications, and toxins becomes somewhat less efficient than it was during younger adult years. This does not mean liver decline is inevitable or unmanageable. It means the liver after 60 has less reserve capacity to handle ongoing metabolic stress from poor diet, making proactive nutritional support more important than ever. The PLOS ONE 2025 study examining global fatty liver disease burden specifically noted that this condition predominantly affects middle-aged and elderly populations, particularly those with obesity or metabolic syndrome characteristics. That same research used joint point regression modeling to identify turning points in fatty liver disease trends, helping researchers understand exactly when and how this condition accelerates within aging populations worldwide. For seniors specifically, the combination of slower metabolism, reduced physical activity in some cases, and accumulated years of dietary patterns creates a unique vulnerability window where the right interventions matter significantly. This is precisely why Senior Health Plate focuses specifically on the over 60 population rather than offering generic nutrition advice meant for younger adults whose metabolic and liver physiology differs meaningfully from older adults. Now, let us go deeper into the coffee research, because the specific compounds involved deserve more detailed explanation for viewers who want to understand exactly why this beverage shows such consistent liver benefit. Chlorogenic acid, the primary antioxidant compound in coffee, belongs to a class of polyphenols that research has shown can interfere with the formation of advanced glycation end products, harmful compounds that accumulate in aging tissue, including the liver. Beyond chlorogenic acid, coffee contains hundreds of additional bioactive compounds, including cafestol and kawiol, terpenes that some research suggests may have additional protective effects on liver enzyme function. The research on coffee and liver health has been consistent across multiple study designs, population studies, case control studies, and meta-analyses, which strengthens confidence in this finding compared to research based on a single study type. One important nuance from the research: the benefit appears strongest for black coffee or coffee with minimal additions. Heavy cream, flavored syrups, and excessive sugar may introduce metabolic burden that offsets coffee's inherent liver benefits. For seniors who have avoided coffee due to outdated concerns about liver health, this 2025 research represents a meaningful update worth discussing with your doctor, particularly if you have been told to avoid coffee for reasons unrelated to liver health. Now let us go deeper into the garlic research, because understanding the specific liver enzymes involved helps clarify exactly what improvement actually looks like in clinical terms for someone tracking their own liver health. AST, or aspartate aminotransferase, is an enzyme found in liver cells, heart cells, and muscle cells. When liver cells are damaged or inflamed, AST leaks into the bloodstream, making elevated AST a marker doctors use to assess liver stress. The meta-analysis on garlic specifically found significant AST reduction, but did not find statistically significant improvement in ALT, the other primary liver enzyme, highlighting an important nuance in how garlic appears to affect liver tissue specifically. This distinction matters because it shows research-based nutrition information should be precise rather than overstated. Garlic shows research support for one specific liver marker, not blanket improvement across every possible liver health measurement. The broader 2025 review examining garlic alongside other Mediterranean and DH diet foods found garlic powder specifically reduced hepatic steatosis, the fatty buildup within liver tissue itself, which is a different and equally important outcome measure. Together, these findings suggest garlic's liver benefit operates through multiple pathways, reducing cellular damage markers like AST, while also directly reducing fat accumulation within liver tissue through its antioxidant and metabolic effects. For seniors incorporating garlic into their daily cooking, this means consistency matters more than large single doses. Regular culinary use over weeks and months aligns better with how the research studies measured garlic's effects over time. Now let us go deeper into the berry research because the mechanism involving anti-apoptosis, prevention of harmful cell death, deserves further explanation for viewers wanting to understand why this matters specifically for liver health. In fatty liver disease, excessive fat accumulation can trigger a harmful cycle where liver cells become stressed, undergo programmed cell death called apoptosis, and are gradually replaced by scar tissue in a process called fibrosis. The 2025 blueberry leaf polyphenol research used network pharmacology, a method that maps how plant compounds interact with multiple biological targets simultaneously, to identify that these compounds specifically interrupt this apoptosis pathway. This represents a more sophisticated mechanism than simple antioxidant activity. The research suggests blueberry compounds may actively protect liver cells from the cell death process that drives progression from simple fatty liver to more serious fibrosis. The 20-study comprehensive review on vaccinium berries noted that while preclinical and animal research is extensive and consistently positive, only 2 clinical trials in actual human patients were included, highlighting where more research is still needed. This honest limitation does not diminish the value of including berries in your diet. The safety profile is excellent, and the preclinical mechanism is well documented, but it does mean we should describe this as promising rather than definitively proven in humans. The bergamot citrus and wild cardoon trial, specifically conducted in adults over 50, provides some of the strongest human evidence that antioxidant-rich plant compounds can produce measurable liver fat reduction in an aging population specifically. That trial measured liver steatosis directly using imaging techniques before and after the intervention period, providing more objective evidence than studies relying solely on liver enzyme blood markers, which can fluctuate for multiple reasons. For seniors specifically interested in berries for liver health, this combination of strong preclinical mechanism research plus emerging human evidence in age-relevant populations makes berries one of the more well-supported choices on today's list. Now let us go deeper into the green tea research because the contrast between whole tea benefit and concentrated extract risk represents one of the most important safety lessons in all of today's nutritional research review. The 80-participant randomized controlled trial showing ALT and AST improvement used a green tea extract supplement providing 500 milligrams of GTE daily, a specific, measured, moderate dose studied carefully over a defined 90-day period. The cancer prevention research study showing elevated liver enzymes involved over 1,000 participants taking sustained, high-dose green tea extract over a full 12-month period, a notably different dosing pattern and duration. This pattern, moderate dose showing benefit, high sustained dose showing potential harm, is actually common across many bioactive plant compounds and represents an important general principle in nutritional science that more is not always better. Brewed whole leaf green tea, consumed as a beverage rather than a concentrated extract supplement, naturally limits the catechin concentration to levels that align much more closely with the beneficial dose range than the concerning high-dose extract range. This is precisely why Senior Health Plate consistently recommends whole foods and beverages over concentrated supplements throughout all of our content. The research repeatedly shows this distinction matters for both safety and genuine effectiveness. For seniors who may already be taking green tea extract supplements for other health reasons, this research represents an important conversation to have with your doctor, particularly regarding dose and duration of any concentrated supplement use. Now let us go deeper into the olive oil and Mediterranean diet research because this represents the strongest, most extensively validated finding in today's entire video and deserves the most thorough explanation of its supporting evidence. The BMC Medicine 2025 meta-analysis was registered in advance with Prospero, the International Prospective Register of Systematic Reviews, under registration code CRD 42024577846, a methodological detail that significantly strengthens confidence in the findings. Pre-registration means the researchers committed to their methods and outcome measures before seeing the results, substantially reducing the risk that findings were selectively reported or methods were adjusted to produce more favorable conclusions. The meta-analysis searched 4 major medical databases: Embase, Medline, Cochrane Central, and Web of Science, ensuring comprehensive coverage of the available randomized controlled trial literature on this topic through April 2025. From an initial pool of 806 search results, The researchers identified 37 randomized controlled trials meeting their strict inclusion criteria, 11 examining Mediterranean diet specifically, 27 examining exercise, and 2 examining the combination. This rigorous methodology, combined with the consistency of findings across multiple independent trials, is precisely why the Mediterranean diet, with olive oil as its defining fat source, represents the strongest evidence base in today's entire video. The Mayo Clinic's explicit December 2025 recommendation of the Mediterranean diet for fatty liver disease patients reflects this same research consensus, translating the academic meta-analysis findings into practical clinical guidance for patients. For seniors specifically, this means that if you can only adopt one change from today's entire video, shifting toward Mediterranean pattern eating with extra virgin olive oil as your primary fat source carries the strongest research support available. The other 4 foods, coffee, garlic, berries, and green tea, all function as valuable complementary additions that enhance and support this Mediterranean dietary foundation rather than standing as equally weighted independent interventions. Now let us talk about how these 5 foods interact with common medications that many seniors over 60 are taking, because this safety consideration matters significantly for responsible implementation of today's dietary guidance. Coffee and caffeine can interact with certain heart rhythm medications and may need to be moderated in people taking specific beta blockers or antiarrhythmic drugs. Always confirm appropriate intake with your prescribing physician first. Garlic has mild natural blood-thinning properties, meaning seniors taking warfarin, aspirin, or other anticoagulant medications should discuss garlic intake with their doctor, particularly before any planned surgical procedures. Green tea, even in whole leaf form, contains vitamin K, which can interact with warfarin specifically, requiring consistent intake patterns rather than dramatic fluctuation if you are managing blood thinner medication dosing carefully. Berries generally have minimal medication interaction concerns, making them one of the safer additions on today's list for most seniors regardless of their current medication regimen, though always confirm with your pharmacist if uncertain. Extra virgin olive oil has no significant known medication interactions, which is part of why it represents such a strong foundational choice for seniors managing multiple medications alongside their dietary improvements. This is exactly the kind of practical, safety-focused information that distinguishes responsible research-based nutrition guidance from generic food lists, understanding not just what helps the liver but how it fits safely into a senior's complete health picture. Now let us address a question many seniors ask directly. How will I know if these dietary changes are actually working for my liver health? And what should I track to objectively measure progress over the 30-day period? The most reliable objective measure is liver enzyme blood testing, specifically ALT and AST, which your doctor can order before you begin this dietary approach, and again after 8 to 12 weeks of consistent implementation. Some doctors may also recommend a fibroscan or liver ultrasound to directly assess fat content and any fibrosis changes, providing more detailed information than blood tests alone for tracking actual liver tissue changes over time. Subjective measures worth tracking include energy levels, which often improve as metabolic health improves, and any reduction in the right upper abdominal discomfort that some people with fatty liver disease experience, though many people have no symptoms at all. Weight and waist circumference are also worth tracking since the Mediterranean diet meta-analysis specifically found these measures improved alongside liver enzymes, providing additional objective data points beyond liver-specific blood work alone. Keep a simple log of what you ate, how much coffee, garlic, berries, and tea you consumed, and any exercise completed each day during your 30-day period. This creates valuable data to discuss with your doctor at your follow-up appointment. Before we close today's video, let us do a complete body check specific to liver health, helping you identify whether your own body may be signaling that these dietary changes deserve priority attention starting today. Do you experience unexplained fatigue that does not improve with adequate sleep? Fatty liver disease and early liver dysfunction commonly present with persistent tiredness that many people mistake for simply getting older. Do you notice mild discomfort or fullness in your upper right abdomen just below your rib cage? This is where your liver sits, and some people with fatty liver disease notice subtle pressure or discomfort in this specific area. Has your doctor ever mentioned that your liver enzymes, ALT or AST, were slightly elevated on routine blood work, even without a formal diagnosis of liver disease being given to you at that time? Do you carry excess weight, particularly around your midsection, have type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, or high blood pressure? These metabolic conditions are the primary risk factors research consistently links to fatty liver disease development. If you answered yes to any of these questions, today's 5 foods represent a research-backed starting point worth discussing with your doctor, alongside appropriate liver enzyme testing to establish your specific baseline before beginning. Now let us talk about something equally important: what you should not do based on today's research, because responsible health information includes clearly stating the limits and cautions alongside the recommendations. Do not interpret today's video as permission to ignore alcohol consumption if you currently drink. While today's focus was on metabolic fatty liver disease, alcohol remains an independent and significant liver health risk factor at any age. Do not stop any prescribed liver medication or supplement based on this video. If your doctor has prescribed treatment for diagnosed liver disease, these 5 foods are meant to complement, never replace, that medical treatment plan. Do not begin concentrated green tea extract supplements based on today's video. We specifically highlighted the research showing whole leaf tea benefit alongside extract supplement risk. This distinction is intentional and important for your safety. Do not expect dramatic results in 30 days if you have significant existing liver damage. The research we reviewed generally measured outcomes over 12 weeks or longer, and more advanced liver conditions may require longer, more intensive intervention. Do not view this as a replacement for regular medical monitoring. Liver disease can progress silently, which is precisely why the PLOS ONE research emphasized this condition's significant burden specifically in populations over 60 who may not realize they are affected. With those important cautions clearly stated, let us return to the genuine promise of today's research. The liver possesses remarkable regenerative capacity, and the studies we reviewed show real, measurable improvement is achievable through dietary change. The 80-participant green tea trial showed measurable enzyme improvement in just 12 weeks. The Mediterranean diet meta-analysis showed consistent benefit across 37 separate clinical trials. This is not speculation. This is replicated, peer-reviewed science. For seniors over 60 specifically, this represents genuinely hopeful news. Unlike some health conditions that become harder to influence with age, fatty liver disease appears to remain quite responsive to dietary intervention even in older populations. The Bergamot and Cardoon trial, conducted specifically in adults, over 50 demonstrated this responsiveness directly, showing that this aging population can achieve measurable liver fat reduction through appropriate nutritional intervention within a reasonable time frame. This should be encouraging rather than overwhelming. You are not fighting against your age. The research suggests your liver remains capable of meaningful improvement when given consistent, appropriate nutritional support over a realistic time period. Senior Health Plate exists to help you access that hopeful, research-backed reality, rather than the fear-based or oversimplified content that often surrounds liver health topics across less rigorous corners of the internet and social media. Every video we create follows this same commitment. Identify what peer-reviewed research actually shows, present it with full transparency about sources and limitations, and translate it into practical guidance you can genuinely use in your daily life. Let us talk practically about your shopping list for this 30-day approach so you can act on today's information immediately rather than feeling overwhelmed by where to begin with these 5 research-backed foods. For coffee, choose whole bean or ground coffee from any reputable brand. The research benefit comes from regular coffee itself, not from any specialized or expensive variety, making this one of the most accessible foods on today's entire list. For garlic, purchase fresh whole garlic bulbs rather than pre-minced jarred garlic, since fresh garlic allows the allicin-forming process through proper crushing and resting that the research mechanism depends upon for full benefit. For berries, fresh blueberries when in season, frozen blueberries year-round as an equally beneficial and often more affordable alternative, since freezing does not significantly diminish the anthocyanin content that provides the liver benefit. For green tea, loose leaf tea, or quality tea bags from any reputable brand, specifically avoiding concentrated extract capsules, tablets, or powder supplements based on the important safety distinction we discussed earlier in today's video. For extra virgin olive oil, as covered extensively in our previous cooking oils video, choose dark glass bottles with visible harvest dates, ideally from Mediterranean growing regions for the highest polyphenol content research has validated. This complete shopping list represents perhaps $30 to $40 of grocery investment that, based on the peer-reviewed research reviewed today, may meaningfully support your liver health journey over the coming 30 days and beyond. Compare this to the cost of supplements, specialized liver detox products, or other commercially marketed liver health solutions that often lack the rigorous research support that these 5 accessible, everyday foods actually carry. This is precisely the value Senior Health Plate aims to provide, showing you that genuine, research-validated health support often exists in your regular grocery store rather than in expensive specialty products marketed with unverified claims. Now let us discuss meal timing and practical integration, because knowing which foods matter is only valuable if you can realistically fit them into your existing daily routine without complicated meal planning or preparation demands. Morning. Your coffee, naturally consumed black or with minimal additions, fits easily into most existing morning routines without requiring any change to your established habits beyond perhaps adjusting how much cream or sugar you typically add. Breakfast. Add your blueberries to oatmeal, yogurt, or simply eat them alongside your existing breakfast foods, requiring minimal preparation time while delivering the anthocyanin, compounds the research connects to liver fat reduction. Lunch and dinner. Incorporate garlic into your cooking using the 10-minute rest method, and use extra virgin olive oil as your primary cooking fat and salad dressing base across these two main meals of your day. Afternoon or evening. Brew your green tea as a replacement for or addition to other beverages you might otherwise consume, providing a natural breakpoint in your day that also delivers the catechin antioxidants research has studied. This realistic integration into existing meal patterns, rather than requiring an entirely new and complicated eating approach, is precisely why this 30-day plan remains achievable for seniors managing busy lives, other health conditions, and limited cooking time. One final and important thought before we close today's comprehensive review of liver-supportive nutrition for adults over 60, addressing the emotional and psychological dimension of managing a liver health concern at this stage of life. Receiving news about elevated liver enzymes or a fatty liver diagnosis can feel overwhelming, particularly when combined with other health concerns many seniors are already managing simultaneously across multiple body systems and medical appointments. The research we review today should provide genuine reassurance rather than additional anxiety. Your liver responds to dietary improvement. The studies show measurable change is achievable within weeks, not years, when consistent changes are implemented. This stands in meaningful contrast to how some health conditions are discussed, where management feels like an endless uphill effort with minimal feedback. Liver health, based on the research reviewed today, offers more encouraging and faster responding biology. Approach this 30-day period with curiosity rather than fear. Notice how you feel, track your energy, discuss your blood work changes with your doctor. Let the data, not anxiety, guide your understanding of your own progress over time. Senior Health Plate will continue providing this kind of honest, hopeful, research-grounded guidance because we believe seniors deserve nutrition information that respects both the science and the genuine human experience of managing health after 60. Take that knowledge forward with confidence. 5 foods, 11 verified research sources, 1 realistic 30-day plan, and a liver that, according to the science, remains genuinely capable of responding well to the care you give it. Make your shopping list now. Buy your coffee, your garlic, your berries, your green tea, and your extra virgin olive oil this week. Begin your 30 days with knowledge, consistency, and the honest research foundation we have built together today. Your liver has carried you through every decade of your life without complaint, processing every meal, every medication, every challenge your body has faced, quietly and faithfully behind your right rib cage every single day. Give it the gift of these 5 research-backed foods this month. Watch how your body responds. Bring your results to your doctor, and come back to Senior Health Plate next week for more honest, verified guidance on your health journey. We are genuinely grateful you chose to spend this time learning with us today, and we look forward to continuing to support your journey toward informed, evidence-based health decisions in every video we create together going forward. Until next time, take care of that remarkable liver of yours. It has earned your attention, your kindness, and the consistent nutritional support that today's research clearly shows can make a meaningful difference in how it functions. And as always, take a deep breath, my friend. Relax your shoulders. Feel your feet on the ground. Your liver is working for you. Now go choose the foods that worked just as hard in return, starting with your very next meal. This has been Senior Health Plate, your trusted source for research-backed nutrition guidance built specifically for the unique needs of adults navigating health and wellness after the meaningful milestone of turning 60 years old. We will see you in the next video with more verified science, more practical guidance, and the same honest commitment to bringing you information that respects both your intelligence and your genuine desire to age well and strong. Thank you, and goodbye for now from all of us here at Senior Health Plate, until our research-backed paths cross again in your feed very soon with the next installment of evidence-based guidance for healthy living after 60. Senior Health Plate remains committed to bringing you the most current, most honest, and most genuinely useful nutrition research available for every aspect of healthy aging after 60 years old.